if I say no to the clubhouse, there's no chance.
Exactly.
I'm done.
It's a machine. It is a system.
Is it okay if I go up there? I just want to take a look at snow plot. And it's like 90% of people get, yeah, go up there.
Very
go up,
smart.
take a picture. Now you reel them in.
If you offer another service, this is a fantastic way to not sound like you're selling.
You can double your business just by doing the stuff we talked about in 17 minutes. It's warm. It's warm leads.
America's backbone was built on blue-collar business grit, grind, and muscle. This is where you stop working for the business, and the business starts working for you.
So Blue Collar Millionaires, we're in Scottsdale, Arizona. Got a big dinner tonight. We're going to be talking today about sales, different processes from getting in the house to what you offer to upselling to making this a lifetime customer. Chris, what are some of the things? Let's start from the beginning. You need to get in people's houses.
I used to think that it was smarter for me to sell over the phone. I was like, if my script's good enough, then we should be able to sell. I am no longer a believer in that. I am more of a believer of get in the house. Why? Is because there's so much more you have to sell. And it is hard to sell over the phone because there's no connection. You don't have that human-to-human connection. You've got that dividing factor of someone's over the phone. It's way easier to say, I'm not interested. When you're in someone's house, they feel your vibe. Therefore, they're more quickly to buy in that moment. So my very first revenue-generating activity would be in an inspection. Now, this can be a loss leader. So you literally go out there for free, and you're betting on your ability to be able to build trust and value in that customer, that you can solve their problem, and then that inspection ends up converting into revenue. Or you have a small fee, like a diagnostic fee, an inspection fee, to where it's literally covering the cost or barely making a little bit of profit. This would be the number one thing. What would you call number two?
I guess it's like a business as yours, like maybe carpet cleaning or something. Mm-hmm. Getting in there, you're making money.
So like a repair.
Yeah.
It's not a replacement, but
it's
repair.
A repair, or for me, for a gutter company, we're going out, we're doing the clubhouse. Mm-hmm. We're making $250.
Yeah.
I don't really want to do it.
Right.
I want the $5,000 complex.
Right.
But if I say no to the clubhouse, there's no chance.
Exactly.
I'm done. So we have a process. We go out, do the clubhouse, do a great job. And then we'd say, hey, when we were driving around, we see these two buildings needed. Can I go up there, take pictures for you?
Yeah.
And a lot of times I'd tell my guys, just do it.
Yeah.
Do one of them.
Right.
Do one of them and show them another one.
Yeah.
Because you could take a picture from the other thing. They're like shocked. They're like, yeah, it's part of the clubhouse. Don't worry about it. It's on us. And now we just got them. We close such a high percentage of those. So you could say, I look at that, like, to get that complex, if your acquisition cost is $400, if you're going to be cold calling or whatever, that just cost me less than, because I sent one guy out there, got $250 for the clubhouse. Mm-hmm. You have to look at it that what's your cost to get this job? What's your cost to get a duct cleaning job? Tell them what you were doing. How do you get in there? Because that's what you want. And then what are the upsells?
Yeah. So I would say 1 is your inspection. 2 is your repair. So for you, gutter cleaning, the repair is the clubhouse. Mm-hmm. Number 1 is you come out and inspect for free, take pictures, show them what's happening, and let them know, hey, while I was up here, I noticed that your roof's starting to age. I got a roofer I can recommend you. Here's what your gutters look like. Your downspouts are stopped up in these areas on the pop-up emitter. It's an inspection. Number 2 is you clean the clubhouse and you let them taste it. You give them the test model. Number 3 is you actually got all of the cleaning. That would be the replacement model. So if I was a carpet cleaner and I wanted to upgrade, then maybe that would be replacement of the carpet if I wanted to somehow build in a flooring replacement. So I'm thinking of, let's talk about maybe your plumber. They go out and they do an inspection on all of your plumbing exits. So all of your cutoff valves and all of your appliances. And then on that inspection, it's just a preventative type inspection. Then the repair is, hey, we see you have a leaking faucet valve. It's just dripping, running your water bill up. We can repair that O-ring. But the replacement would be, hey, we see your water heater is at the end of its life. And right now, to avoid water damage in your home from failure, which could be thousands of dollars, we can replace this. You're going to make more money in the replacement portion of it. Now, the number fourth thing though is get them signed up so that they have some type of membership, some type of subscription model. This customer care package. This is where you're building customer retention. You're reducing your marketing costs because you're not having to market for a new lead. You're retaining a customer because you're staying in front of them, and you get the opportunity for the repairs and the replacements as things start to age and they need those new models replaced.
And every time you get one of those people, even when you kind of strike out, like say you go out to that clubhouse and they don't go for anything, I still have their email, I still have their phone number, I still have opportunities in the future. I can send them ringless voicemails, but it's not one. Once you start getting hundreds of them, you can get tons. You can also use them when you know you're going to be in that area. You can reach out.
That's
You
right.
have your team say, hey, every time we're in areas with these level 4 people that we did something for before, let's reach out, tell them we're going to be in the area, see if you can make a deal. I mean, there's so many ways. You want to just be constantly building that pipeline. So I have a friend who he has a big roofing business. He does not have his techs do that. He has a guy that chases them. So if they're doing a lot of roofs, say he's doing 16 roofs this week, he has one guy that's going to go knock on every door around there, talk to
So
the
smart.
customer. It's like all it does is just like keep producing more. Then they're going to follow up with the whole neighborhood with postcards and everything. We just did house on your street. Looks like your shingles are getting old. Like it's just never ending because that's a lot for techs to do. But if you have one person that's just doing that, they can work straight commission. They're going to make a lot of money.
It's a machine. It is a system.
It's
At that point, you
create
have
it.
a sales
Not him.
system. You have not just a sales, you've got a lead generating system and a sales system. And when you've got those systems right there, you have built enterprise value, equity inside of your business.
So that carpet clean, you talk to them about doing the duct clean. They didn't want to do it then, whatever the thing. Now you got 100 of them, and on some Tuesday when it's raining or whatever, that guy can just call all of them and say, hey, actually, we're going to be there next week. I know you didn't do it last time, but we're going to be 7 houses down. We'd love to do it.
Yeah.
We can do it for $8.99. Normally it's $1,400
Yeah.
if we're there. You're going to get people just like that. Like, to me, that's what I'm always trying to do is like stock that pipeline of things and then make specific offers to them.
So I love this question, and I actually got this from one of my technicians, which is a fantastic reason why you should be asking your team what they're doing, because they have some brilliant ideas, and if you're not asking, you won't know. Like some of our processes have been built because of somebody doing something, and I was like, that is a really efficient and brilliant way of doing it. And when you're in the house, if you offer more than just one service, when you're at the house, you ask them, when was the last time? And so if we're in the home and we're doing, let's say that we're doing tile and grout cleaning, and every building's going to have some type of heating and cooling system, then we'll say, when was the last time you had your ducts cleaned, your air ducts cleaned? If we want to focus on the furniture shampooing, then we'll say, when was the last time you had your upholstery cleaned, your sofa?
They don't know.
Whatever it is, if you offer another service, this is a fantastic way to not sound like you're selling, and it sounds like you care by saying, when was the last time? And now you just triggered a thought process in their head, and they're like, man, I don't know, it's been a while. And then that's when you can follow up with manufacturer recommends whatever that periodic cleaning is, or the Environmental Protection Agency, EPA, recommends that you have your air ducts cleaned every 3 to 5 years. You haven't had it cleaned ever? Oh, wow. Let me walk through and do a quick inspection, and that inspection is going to come back with a quote.
And then when you're talking to people on the phone, everybody does this when you're busy. You're almost rushing them off. You get that job, you want to close it. Take your time and ask them some questions. Right? So I used to do this with managers all the time. They're like, hey, Kevin, we got your proposal. We want to set that up in December. I'd just be taking their name, their email, going into Google, trying to see what else they managed.
Right.
I wouldn't even really be listening to them.
Yeah.
Right. And I say, hey, Chris, do you manage Sunset Farms? They're like, yeah, why? I said, do they take bids on? They're like, no, you go out there, you go to this town? Yeah, we do. Like, I just get so much work like that.
Yeah.
I just, every opportunity is one to talk. And sometimes you switch it up and you could just say, what do you like about our service? Or
Right.
why did you use us? Sometimes they'll say, Google, say, you guys answer the phone. You guys are so nice. I like Jimmy who works for you. He's such a good guy.
Yeah.
Say, well, hey, Jimmy's going to be, you could just fall into it. Jimmy's going to be out there next Thursday. He's going to be doing upholstery cleaning for one down the street. When's the last time you got your It's so easy if you slow down. There's always a sale behind a sale.
100%. I like how the one guy is going in behind and doing the door knocking and checking back in on the customer. Our buddy Shy, he talks about how when his salespeople sell the job, they come back in and check in on the customer, and then they end up selling another 2 or 3 additional services after the original sale because of the check-in. And they're like, man, the roof is looking fantastic. Have you noticed that your paint could use an update? It's about time. Would you like for us to go ahead while we're in the process taking care? Yeah. And that's people, once they get in a buying mood, this is why you see on the funnels, if you ever do an online sales, they just have it dialed in better than home service businesses. But when you're clicking through on an online sales site and you're buying something, as soon as you click purchase, the very next offer is buy 2 with a whatever discount. And then the next one would be buy 4 with an even bigger discount. They're selling you more, bringing more revenue in, which is increasing their profits, even though they're giving you a discount. They're constantly upselling you. And I've gone through some where they've hit me at 4 different times before I ever got to the purchase screen. Like stuck my card info in, but they did not let me finalize the purchase until they made me a few offers.
It's just too easy to do. I look at carpet cleaning. I've had 2 different companies come to my house. One comes in, they do a good job. They're clearly making low hourly wages. They're in and out. Then I have this owner operator. He has maybe a couple guys. They come out. Do you have dogs? They start asking me questions. When's the last time you got the mattress thing? I mean, I go for it.
Yeah.
Then they're like, hey, well, we're doing 4 bedrooms. How many bedrooms? I said, well, I got a 5th one. It's downstairs. They're like, we could do that for there. I just say yes. So going back to that roofer, what he does is this guy who goes and follows, they're doing this house. They go to the ones next door and they say, hey, just want to let you know, we're making a lot of noise. We're doing the roof over here. I don't want to disrupt you. If you need anything, you just let me know. I'll tell the guys to keep it down.
Yeah.
And like he was saying, like people are so relaxed.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, well, no, I didn't even notice. What's going on over there? And then he circles back at the end. He says, hey, they get a picture. They say, hey, well, we're up on this roof. We can see on the back. You got some worn things. Is it okay if I go up there? I just want to take a look. There's no cost. And it's like 90% of people are like, yeah, go up there. They
Very
go up,
smart.
take a picture. Now you reel them in. You take over HOAs. There was nothing aggressive about that, you know? And he always says, knocks on things, takes a few steps back. The person we know is a big guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? That could be intimidating,
Right.
right? But he's teaching people to like take a few steps back. I did the same type of things. And it's always that. Like, we're talking about door knocking now, but like your most money is with your customers and upselling, your current clients, and then clients that have social proof that are around you.
That's social proof. It's trust. Why
Yeah.
would you not sit there and draw attention to the neighbor that the neighbor trusts you? Your team's out there. They get to see your professional looking crew. They get to see the setup. They see that you're not in rust buckets.
Yeah.
They see, I mean, you've got the best show. The best show in the world is getting pushed right now. So you want as many people as possible to see that show.
I don't know if this is the case, but sometimes I get the feel for it because I'm 52, the younger crowd, they're so used to not talking to people, getting leads from Google. Because, you know, when I started, everything was contact sport.
Right.
At best, you're doing a phone.
Right.
Mostly you're doing in person.
Right.
There was no email, there was none of this. So I got used to this. But this is fun. Like you're going out there. I felt it as a young age. Like I'm helping them. They need me.
Yeah.
These people, kind of rich people, don't want to do this stuff. Either they don't know how to do it, they don't have the tools, they don't want it. They like you. If you go in there, you're clean, you have a nice shirt on, you got a nice truck looking, and they love you. If you say, oh, that's not my experience, these people are assholes, that's you. That is not my experience. There's always going to be a one.
Yeah.
If you go in there with that attitude, that one I just told you about the roofer, like he never has a bad thing. It's always people are nice to him.
Yeah.
Because he comes in very nice. He's like helping them. But of course, if he goes up there and the roof's redone, he's still going to knock on the door. He's just saying, hey, we're over here. You know his personality. He's a nice guy.
Yeah.
And then it comes back to him. Stop creating things that people don't want to talk to you. It's all there. You can double your business just by doing the stuff we talked about in 17 minutes. It's warm. It's warm leads.
You've got the leads. And while you're in the house, go ahead and mention what else you have to offer.
And then last part, you were talking about the subscription. Get in the house, do your job, upsell to another thing, and then how do I get these people? How do I come in their house every year? How do I come in their house twice a year? You want to be top of mind to them.
This is building lifetime value.
And if you say, well, I'm a roofer, I don't do it, then get gutter cleaning in there, do gutter cleaning. You'll be there. And guess who's going to do the roof in 3 years?
Here's the
You.
deal. You don't even have to. Some of the best business models I've seen, they're marketing machines, they're sales machines. They don't even offer internally the service. They sub it out or they refer it out. Build your affiliate program. If you're the roofer and you don't want to do the gutters and you don't want to build that out, find you a couple of good gutter companies and then sub it out and say, hey, I'm going to send you leads. You don't pay me until after the fact. I want 10% of it. Is that down for you? Now you're collecting 10% pure profit and you don't have to do anything but just offer the service, and you build it in. And you're on the roof. You're on the roof. You say, I'm going to come and inspect.
It's easy work. People like peace of mind, inspection. And if they like, you get them on when they're happy, when you just did a job for them. How many times you got a big job done in your house and somebody did, you be like, yeah, do it.
Absolutely.
And then it's not only that, they give them referrals too, because they come back. I got a pest control every time a month. When he comes, it's like reminds me about him. Then I remember my neighbor asking me about, I just remember that. So I went out and I talked to him. He says, hey, give him my number. And that's how it happens. Otherwise, I forget about it.
I would build a massive affiliate system if I was a roofer. I mean, I would be looking at the chimneys, I'd be looking at the gutters and the way the drainage happens. If they don't have gutters, recommending the gutters, and I would have those teams and I'd just be pitching it. My sales guy, I'd sit there and give him 5%, and I'd ask for a 10% from the affiliate, and then the company would keep 5%. And that's pure profit.
That roofer could go have a dinner, go around at a barbecue place for $2,000 with some beers, and bring all those guys there.
Absolutely.
And he would clean up.
Yeah.
And they don't want to do work for him. It's too easy. All right, guys, we'll see you next week.